Hey everybody, I'm Anna Huthmaker from Huthmaker Violins, and you found the next one of our series in our Student Stuck at Home videos. In fact, I think this one is number 30. Who knew we'd be out of school this long, right? Well, today I'm going to actually talk to you about something that's really kind of interesting, kind of cool in a weird way, and maybe a little bit timely. If your instrument accidentally got left at school and the case has not been opened in a month, you might actually have to deal with this. Have you ever gone on vacation, 2-3 weeks, and not opened your case and come home to find it looking like this? If you've ever seen your bow look like this, you, my friend, have been the victim of bow bugs. So bow bugs, first of all, don't get grossed out. They're not like disgusting roaches or anything like that. They're little tiny bugs, but basically their sole purpose in life is to eat bow hair. And under normal circumstances, and the reason I say that is because there are rumors that the bugs are kind of mutating and changing, but under normal circumstances, they only can live in dark. So you're only normally going to get them if your case goes unopened for a long time. If you have grandpa's or great-grandpa's violin under your bed or in a closet for years on end, there's a really good chance you have bow bugs. And one of the really interesting things about them is sometimes you'll open it and there'll be hair everywhere, kind of like this, even worse. But sometimes it looks like the hair has been cut by scissors. And you just have to imagine this little teeny tiny bug, he just went to town and just started munching straight across the hair. And I've had a lot of people throughout the years call me, students will call, and they'll say, I left my bow, my instrument at the school over the summer. When I came back, somebody had cut my hair with scissors. That's what they always say. And I go, I suspect if we look, it was our little friend, the bow bug. Now, I'm going to show you, because you're sitting down there and you're going, what do these things look like? Well, like I said, they're not gross. They're related to carpet beetles or carpet mites. So if you look at this was an instrument that was in storage for many, many years. And some lovely, wonderful person came to us and donated it to Luthiers Without Borders. We're very appreciative. But before I send this to a country somewhere where some kid will get to play it, I will have to clean out the case, because if you notice, see these little cream colored tiny, they're smaller than a grain of rice. That may be a third of a grain of rice. That's how tiny they are. Those are bow bugs. And actually a lot of what you see may not even be the bug. It might be the shell it left behind, because they get rid of their shell and they're up here. A lot of times you'll see them kind of in the corners and the edges of the case. And of course, if you look at this bow, all the hair's kind of sticking everywhere. The worst case of bow bugs I ever saw, they had literally cut straight through the hair every 2 inches. So the entire case was full of 2-inch long hair segments. It looked like confetti. So here's the question. What do you do if you have bow bugs? You don't have to throw the violin away or the bow away. You will need a rehair. And you need to treat the case. So remember I said, under normal circumstances, they don't like the light. They only thrive in the dark. So the first thing I would do with a case like this is I would take it outside, always do all this outside, and I would take a whisk broom or a vacuum, but a whisk broom is better, and I would just whisk out as much out of all the seams, get rid of any dust, rosin particles, bow bugs, shells, anything that's in there as much as you possibly can. Then I would take like a little Raid bug spray and I'd spray the case. Now, if you have an expensive case, if you have a velvet lined case or a silk lined case, please test this on someplace inconspicuous before you do it. I don't want any emails about ruined cases. But in a case like this, I wouldn't have any trouble spraying some Raid in it. I'm going to stick it outside on a sunny, warm day for a few hours. Now, that case, it's going to kill any little eggs that are left in there, anything maybe I missed, and then it's going to be fine. From then on, what I'm going to do is I'm just not going to store bows in cases. If you need to store your violin for a long time, or your cello or your viola, it's no big deal. You can put a violin in this case for 10 years and it won't hurt it. But the bow, hang it on the wall. You can stick, in my house I stick thumbtacks in the wall and I hang a bow from it. Being out in the sunlight or the fresh air, you won't get bow bugs. It will be fine. Now, if the bugs are mutating in your area of the country, email me and let me know what that looks like, because I have heard some rumors about that. But in the Southeast, this is what we deal with. This is bow bugs, what they look like, and how you handle them. So I hope you never ever get them, but if you do, now you know. Take care of it, move on with your day. I hope that helped. I'm Anna Huthmaker from Huthmaker Violins. Now go practice.